Hey guys, Jackdaw here. Today I am delving into every single major news update on Dragon Age 4's development throughout the year 2020. Last year I created a huge news roundup video on everything we knew about Dragon Age 4's current iteration from the years 2017 to 2019. The video was highly praised and very well received. So much so that many of you have asked if I can continue creating these yearly news roundup videos until we actually have Dragon Age 4 in our hands. So of course, here I am again, obliging with another year of news to round up. While 2020 as a whole has sucked, we've had plenty of Dragon Age updates, content, and reasons to be excited. Just look at my makeshift Dragon Age 2020 calendar and honestly, tell me we haven't had a good year of Dragon Age goodness. Like seriously, it's been absolutely swell, from Twinter Nights to 3 Dragon Age 4 trailer teasers. We've truly been blessed. With that said, this is going to be a long video, so get a snack, brew some tea, and join me as I categorically delve into all the major Dragon Age 4 news updates of this year. Are you ready? Here we go. EA Play teaser. At EA Play 2020, June 18th, BioWare revealed 3 in-engine shots of the next Dragon Age in progression. The shots showcased a haunting tree with a gloomy atmosphere, a flooded castle with blight, and a red lyrium enigma surrounded by corrupted fungus. The environments are extremely detailed and radiate dark fantasy themes. The lighting, graphical fidelity, blooms, shadows, depth of field, and upscale textures each add to this darker mood, also representing the Frostbite Engine's technological improvements. As a summary of my personal speculation on each of these shots, because I've talked about them a lot already, each shot is dark, brooding, and blighted, probably showcasing the same area. The Ferelden designs and architecture could allude to the shot's location, or it could show that BioWare are saving time by reusing assets from Dragon Age Inquisition. More importantly, the gloomy shot of the haunting tree resembles an image former executive producer Mark Darrah tweeted back in November of 2019, and a shot from the Game Awards cinematic trailer. All 3 shots share the same ambience: the midnight snow, pine forest, blighted, and Veilfire atmosphere. When this image was teased back in November 2019, each of us questioned if this image was real and representative of the next Dragon Age, and it most certainly seems like it is. Mark Darrah actually revealed the first in-engine image of Dragon Age 4 on a whim in a tweet. When this teased tweet was posted, a fan asked Mark Darrah, how can this be Tevinter considering the fadus we know is on the southern hemisphere of the planet? It is impossible to snow in Tevinter since it should be near to the equator. Mark Darrah confirmed to that fan that it can snow on the equator, meaning that it can snow in Tevinter. He sent an article that confirmed it can snow in places like Mongolia, which is just above the equator. So what does this mean, Jackdaw? Why are you still yapping on about this? Well, it means that this location is very much unknown at the moment. However, it seems like it's somewhere close to the equator, like Tevinter, where it can snow and has Ferelden architecture. That's at least my working theory at the moment. As it stands, these shots are early prototypes that represent a first look of the next game. Moving on, with the EA Play teaser released, according to narrative director John Epler, the next Dragon Age is next gen. This means that Dragon Age 4 won't be kneecapping itself for the previous console generation like Dragon Age Inquisition, which came out on both the previous and current console generation at the time in 2014. This is something that Mike Laidlaw, the former creative director of Dragon Age Inquisition and Project Joplin, spoke about even further. When asked about Dragon Age 4 on Reddit, he said he has high hopes for a Dragon Age 4 because the team will know the engine they're working on and won't be shipping on split generations, both of which are huge sources of development overhead and drains on QA and quality of life improvement time. High hopes and less Frostbite Engine technical difficulties are all we can really ask for, and it seems like you're going to want to start saving up for a decent PC upgrade or a new console. Associate animator Chelsea Fariello stated that they revealed 12 seconds of their game last night, and they wish they could show us more, which is exactly what BioWare did merely 2 months later. Gamescom behind the scenes trailer. At Gamescom 2020 on August 27th, BioWare surprisingly dropped an in-depth behind-the-scenes look at the next Dragon Age project. I was flabbergasted to see this reveal because this was the only event I didn't clown or stream live on YouTube, and I greatly apologize for that. Regardless, the trailer showed many gameplay prototypes, concept artwork pieces, and next-gen footage that demonstrated the current production stages of the next game. The first highlight of this trailer was seeing a few of the amazing Dragon Age developers sharing their own insights regarding the next Dragon Age game's vision and development. Former General Manager Casey Hudson stated that they're using next-generation technology, which will be Anthem's codebase and tools of the Frostbite engine, to bring the world and characters of Dragon Age to life, and the team are still in early production. Former gameplay designer Melissa Janowicz spoke about creating bosses and how she helped with many of the creature designs, mostly working on the big threats we'll go up against. Creative director Matthew Goldman shared that Dragon Age is all about mystery and hard-boiled detective stories, all wrapped up in a fantasy setting with an original world. Former executive producer Mark Darrah shared that in the next Dragon Age, we're getting an opportunity to see new things, new places, and interact with people who lived and grew up in these spaces as well. Lead writer Patrick Weeks shared about the game they're currently working on and how they want to tell a very different story about what happens when you don't have power, what happens when the people in charge aren't willing to address the issues. Narrative director John Epler spoke on the things we can expect in the next installment. There are going to be stories that focus on the people around you and the friends and family you make. Associate producer Jen Chevery shared that something we'll be able to look forward to in the next Dragon Age are really close relationships with game characters who become real for you. Foundation technical director John Renesh spoke on how BioWare want characters either to be loved or hated. The best example of that is Solas. Half of the community want to kill him, half the people want to marry him, and another part want to do both. Lead creature animator Esther Coe confirmed that the next Dragon Age is being created using motion matching technology that will ensure characters will be as realistic as possible from the way they walk, move, and interact. Writer Sylvia Fekadakudi spoke on how players want suspension of their disbelief, to believe that the bunch of pixels that make up these characters are actually a living, breathing soul. Gameplay director Andre Garcia said that choice is a big part of what Dragon Age is as a franchise. The decisions you make can affect change in the world. And RPG programmer Katrina Barkwell spoke on decision making, meaning that a party member lives or a party member dies. Ultimately, choice making means owning your outcome and reactivity to the choices that you do make. Honestly, I absolutely adored seeing a few members of the Dragon Age team as they shared many fundamental aspects of the next game. Adding to that, it was just as wholesome to see many of the other developers on a Zoom call showing how, despite 2020 being 2020, they're doing all they can to push the development of the next Dragon Age. The second highlight of this trailer was the amount of stunning conceptual artwork, each piece building many moods, themes, story threads, and narrative beats that reflect the overall vision of the next Dragon Age game. Plenty of imagery was shown, like dwarven iconography and architecture, Grey Wardens and a Grey Warden fortress, the Tevinter Imperium, Antiva and the Antivan Crows, the Lords of Fortune, Navarra City and its Grand Necropolis, the Blight and Red Lyrium, heist-like situations, and of course ancient elves, ancient beings, and an ancient prideful elven god. I've already spent 40 minutes breaking down each conceptual piece with Saria if you're interested in the tea on all of those pieces. Check that video out. However, one of the most iconic conceptual pieces shown was an epic shot of silhouetted characters in front of a beaming sun, which brought much conversation to the community. For me, I was swindled by the idea of having a sexy Qunari lady as a companion and love interest, especially considering Patrick Weeks has always wanted to create such a character for a while. For instance, in 2017, a fan asked Patrick Weeks about having a Qunari lady one day, and Patrick replied saying there's definitely a chance. They like doing character types that they haven't done before, and a Qunari lady would be a biggie in a hypothetical future game. Just last year, Patrick Weeks tweeted about the idea of a Qunari woman named Harley Quinn coming up in a meeting. So while that doesn't confirm anything, and we've just got concept art at the moment, there's certainly a motivation there for her to exist in the future. We've dubbed this concept art Qunari lady the nickname Harley Quinn for the time being. Following the trailer's release, Patrick Weeks tweeted about concept art being used to create a mood, not to outrightly confirm things, but for a framework. While some concepts may excite you, like Harley Quinn, don't get too attached just yet because things may and will change. Expanding on this even more, within BioWare, in the early stages of any project, before the concept artists are aware of any writing, they like to just draw what they think cool story moments could be. It's not unusual for the team to then be inspired by those drawings and fold them into the game as the project progresses. So many, if not all, of the concept pieces we've seen so far have been created without any context given on the next game's story. In the past, concept art has been used to encourage and remind the artists of what the potential of this project could be, as each developer imagines the finished game. Lead art director Matt Rhodes wanted to get that on paper to remind everyone they are making something that could be pretty cool. So we should always remind ourselves that while these designs are exciting, remember the art pieces are representative of a working project and nothing is confirmed. Anyhow, other key features highlighted in this trailer are as followed. The in-engine shots showcase the next generation improved fidelity and quality of the Frostbite engine. Solas's facial animations indicate more realistic and lifelike animations and scenes. Gameplay shots revealed a character in Grey Warden armor with a sword and shield. Most certainly, this character is a champion specialization indicated by the line in the sand ability, and prototypes showed the warrior evading, blocking, shield bashing, and preparing to strike. Thanks to both this trailer and the upcoming Game Awards trailer, I can start to build a list of the next Dragon Age's confirmed voice cast so far. Ji Young Han is playing Balara, Ike Amity is playing Davrin, Gareth David Lloyd is reprising Solas or the Dread Wolf, and Brian Bloom is reprising Varric Tefris. And the final highlight regarding this behind the scenes trailer, the Dragon Age website was updated straight after the trailer's release. As an FYI for the future, whenever there has been an official Dragon Age trailer, the website has always updated, so bookmark dragonage.com and make sure you visit whenever we have a new trailer. With the Gamescom trailer, the website was updated with a lyrium wallpaper shown, alongside the slogan, "The world needs a new hero, will you answer the call?" And just below that slogan was a tiny synopsis on the next game's plot. Journey into the world of Thedas in Dragon Age Trademark. Discover new adventures full of striking characters, powerful magic, and rich storytelling. Meet an incredible number of humans, elves, dwarves, and Qunari in a realm where every decision you make echoes across history. The Game Awards trailer. At the Game Awards 2020 on December 10th, with much anticipation, developer teasing, and Jeff Keighley's confirmation that the next Dragon Age would be shown at the event, BioWare dropped a beautiful cinematic trailer teasing characters, locations, and factions we'll discover in the next game. I have many speculative thoughts on this trailer's overall message relating to the next hero choosing between one of the major factions in Northern Thedas, as well as my own theories on the new mural, which I've already broken down in a separate video. But speaking objectively, this teaser featured Tevinter and Antiva heavily as official settings in the next Dragon Age. Varric narrated throughout its entirety and spoke on finding a new hero, someone they'll never see coming, as well as confirming he'll make somewhat of an appearance in the next game, as demons, dragons, darkspawn, and even the Dread Wolf stand in our way. The trailer ended with a brand new mural painted by Solas depicting evil gods and the destruction of the Veil. This trailer received two separate descriptions on YouTube and Twitter. The YouTube one said, "The world of Dragon Age needs a new hero, someone who can take on the evil forces threatening Thedas. Get a first look at some of the new locations you'll discover and the factions fighting by your side in the next chapters of Dragon Age." Whereas shared on Twitter, the post said, "The world of Thedas needs you, a new hero. The next hashtag Dragon Age will see the return of Solas and an old friend." And of course, with this trailer's release, the Dragon Age website was updated, with Solas's new mural displayed as a featured art piece. On top of that, a new BioWare blog post launched after BioWare revealed both Dragon Age and Mass Effect teasers at the Game Awards. The blog shared that this Dragon Age trailer gave us a glimpse at the next story, as well as some of its characters. Rich, branching narrative, choices of consequences, and intriguing characters are central to the entire Dragon Age franchise, and BioWare are putting a lot of work into these. You'll form relationships with companions who will fight by your side when you experience this true Dragon Age saga set in Phaedus, a world in need of a new kind of hero. The blog ended on the notion that BioWare are looking forward to sharing more on Dragon Age and Mass Effect in the new year, as well as other titles the team are working on, which is already so exciting to hear. We're going to see more in 2021. Morrison. Moving on from the Dragon Age trailers, revealed in BioWare's Stories and Secrets from 25 years of game development, we have many preliminary insights into Morrison, the current iteration of the working Dragon Age title. The book showcased a Dragon Age Morrison retro-themed title, along with this description on the next project. Tevinter Bound, a sneak peek at the follow-up to Inquisition. As BioWare entered its 25th year, the Dragon Age team was hard at work on Morrison, the codename of the long-awaited follow-up to Dragon Age Inquisition. The game, helmed by executive producer Mark Darrah, will take players to Tevinter as events of Inquisition and Trespasser threaten to forever change Phaedus. Furthermore, this book revealed brand new pieces of concept art for the next Dragon Age. One of the new pieces showcased Deep Roads, while the other pieces shown were the same concepts revealed in BioWare's behind the scenes trailer. However, this time around, each piece had a small description explaining the artwork. The most intriguing conceptual piece shown in this book looked like a Lovecraftian sea monster hybrid, or an evil, mutilated god. Most likely, the same figure revealed in the Dragon Age Game Awards trailer, which I believe to be the elven goddess Gulanan, the mother of the Hala who created giants, monsters, and beasts that spanned across the sky, water, and earth. Regardless who this evil figure is, the piece was revealed with a synopsis that provides further context for the next Dragon Age game. As followed, the evil gods have Phaedus in their sights, and only heroes can stop them. The shadows of the past stir, and new heroes must rise to fight them. And another major insight this development book unveiled regards the enigmatic Red Wolfrook book that Mark Darrah has teased for half a decade. The Red Book was an internal guide for developers and publisher eyes only that summarized the vision for Dragon Age Inquisition's follow-up, a project codenamed Joplin. The Joplin project has since been revised to such an extent that its codename changed to Morrison, but the Red Book still contains plenty of ideas likely to appear in the next Dragon Age. The 2 pages shown of the insides of this book are one of the Qunari with a description on their organization and their current movements, while the other page delved into many creature designs, stating that the next Dragon Age will feature their widest and most varied set of creatures to date. As someone who hasn't shut up about Wolfrook since the creation of my channel, I'm so glad this book is still relevant going forward, somewhat confirming that the work that went into Dragon Age's previous iteration Joplin may cross over into Morrison. Production. Okay, so now we get into the tea of the next Dragon Age's development throughout the year 2020. As explored in the Gamescom trailer, Casey Hudson stated that the next Dragon Age is currently in its early production stages. The Dragon Age team have endured and pushed on with their developments, largely working from home. This year, we've had plenty of indicators on the production of the next game. In January, nothing really came to light regarding the production of the next game, start of the new year, and all of that. In February, we discovered that the next Dragon Age had working romance scenes tested and narrated out among the team. John Renesh shared that Dragon Age games might be a bit randy. As he was watching a script read-through, he said it was sad and sweet and emotional. He was not prepared for this rollercoaster. In March, illustrator and creative professional Mad B returned to work at BioWare. They previously worked on Anthem as an art quality analyst. However, this time around, they are an associate producer, most likely working on the next Dragon Age. EA also announced all their studios would be working from home because of the current world situation that is still in effect to this date. In April, Mark Darrah shared that the team have been working from home and they're about to wrap up a milestone to then begin the next milestone. Karen Weeks, editor at BioWare, shared that she was sorting, cataloging, and documenting updates to made-up languages at work. When asked if BioWare could release Qunari, Dwarvish, and Elven lexicons in a World of Thedas book, Karen said it'd be an interesting idea and she for one would find it a hoot. She said she might send out some feelers to the rest of the team. And BioWare production guy Alan Baxter shared his BioWare review of content. All he could say was scriptlet. In May, John Epler shared his most controversial opinion of all time, being that large, contiguous open worlds are way less interesting than those built out of multiple, non-contiguous spaces. The latter gives you a lot more freedom and allows for the best mix of emergent and directed experiences. John Epler, being the narrative director of Trespasser and the next Dragon Age title, perhaps his statement here is indicative for the next Dragon Age's open world spaces. Animation director Mike Jungbluth reviewed something in-game that hits this level. Hot damn, moments like this are what I live for. Senior level designer Josh Hendricks shared about building an exciting thing for work and how he was too excited to sleep because he got to continue the exciting thing the next day. BioWare were hiring a senior outsourced producer for the Edmonton studio, no doubt the Dragon Age team, to ensure the growing outsourcing team would remain a robust and comprehensive department that supports the projects in all aspects of development. Hilary Heskett, formerly of Bethesda, returned to work at EA and BioWare with a new role as the Senior Global Brand Manager of BioWare. In June, before EA Play, when asked on Twitter by the Gore WH0RE for more information on the next Dragon Age, many developers shared vivid insights in one mega thread. Patrick Weeks said that one of the current plot names is a Muppets reference that Mark hasn't noticed yet, or at least hasn't made me change. Melissa Janowicz said that she made a scary thing go smashy smash today. Audio artist Presley Hines said that she made things make sound. John Renesh added that he recently completed an engine iteration. UX designer Asa Roos said that she made a flowchart. Alan Schumacher said that he made a thing show up on a webpage today. It was very exciting. Chris Anderson said that he tracked down a set of IDs needed to make a thing build, then wrote a bunch of documentation. Skylar Costa added that he may have played a video from Harry Connick Jr. during a team meeting with the entire studio. And Karen Weeks said that she tracked down a bunch of old things to use for reference when making new things. Maybe. After the EA Play reveal, product director Gabe Hyland shared about her role at BioWare, which entails gathering data from a variety of places and then giving the team feedback. In a poll on Twitter, she asked fans if they wanted to date the tree shown in the reveal, the majority answer being if it has a tragic past. Former boss specialist Melissa Janowicz shared on playtesting her own content, probably bringing her creations to life so they can attack the player. With plenty of news coming out in June, July was very quiet. Mark Darrah shared a couple of updates on the next Dragon Age. He said that the team are still working from home, which has been harder. However, they are making progress. Continuing with that silence throughout August, at the end of the month we received the Gamescom behind the scenes trailer, which revitalized many of the fanbase. However, I've already discussed the contents of that trailer relating to the game's production. And September was also very quiet, with no major updates on the production. In October, a few of the talented developers at BioWare hosted a Gamers for Groceries stream, in which a few members of the team were interviewed about their passion and work for charity. The event as a whole was super enjoyable. It's not every day you see Patrick Weeks and John Epler flex their incredible muscles, while also having an artist draw your D&D characters. Apparently, BioWare are planning more of these streams in the future, according to an email I received when I had my finished art piece sent to me. One of the most interesting highlights I picked up on the streams regarded Gabe Hyland, talking about data and lore, as she compared which is more important. To which Karen Weeks chimed in and said that data helps a team inform them that the right kind of lore is created. So, brood mother romances when? Also in October, EA had an in-force patent regarding artificial intelligence-based virtual object aging that is going to be incorporated in future EA games, considering every studio other than Respawn and EA original titles are using the Frostbite engine. The abstract of this artificial intelligence is as followed. The virtual object aging system can utilize artificial intelligence to modify virtual objects within a video game to age and/or deteriorate for a certain time period. The virtual object aging system can be used to to determine erosion, melting ice and/or other environmental effects on virtual objects within the game. The virtual object aging system can apply aging, rust, weathering and/or other effects that can cause persistent change to object meshes and textures. This patent was filed on the 27th of March 2019 and was granted on the 27th of October 2020. So the teams within EA can certainly begin to use this technology from here on out. In November, gameplay designer Melissa Janowicz decided to leave BioWare after serving 3 years. She said it was an honour to entertain myself and the fandom between games. I know I speak for everyone when I say we wish her great success on her future endeavours working at the Coalition. BioWare's Secrets and Stories of 25 Years of Game Development released and provided many insights into BioWare's past and present projects like Morrison and Joplin, as I've already mentioned. However, Casey Hudson, the former general manager of BioWare, shared the vision of the studio going forward. To paraphrase, Casey said that BioWare can't go back to where they've been, the way that they worked with crunching projects for 6 weeks. That's not where the studio is headed. BioWare used to exemplify humility and integrity with a passion for excellence and courageous creativity. However, they were courageous because they didn't know better. The teams would try things and fail and try something else until they got it right. It was very experimental. Once they met the consequences of failure, they discovered they could very easily start retreating. And at that point, they realized it takes courage to put yourself out there and try something new. BioWare are not super young and inexperienced anymore. They do know better, but they still have to try and do some crazy stuff anyway. Following that, in December, BioWare General Manager Casey Hudson and Executive Producer Mark Darrah decided to retire from BioWare, with Christian Daly moving into the Executive Producer role. Mark Darrah shared a few words that he's confident the next Dragon Age will show that BioWare remain committed to this type of game. The team have a lot to show us. As Casey Hudson departed, Gary McKay, Senior Director of Development Operations, took over as BioWare's Interim Studio General Manager. Christian Daly was BioWare Austin's Studio Director, who was working on Anthem 2.0. He shared that he has big shoes to fill as he joins the Dragon Age team. However, this decision was made easier with the talented Anthem leadership and team in place. Already fulfilling the shoes of Mark Darrah, Christian Daly shared an amazing piece of concept art for the next Dragon Age game on Dragon Age Day. I know we can confidently trust in BioWare that they have the right person for this job. The Edmonton Journal reported that Casey Hudson's final day was December 11th, whereas Mark Darrah agreed to stay on until February 2021 to help with this transition. BioWare came out on Dragon Age Day, bringing plenty of exciting news. The Dragon Age website was updated with 4 new short stories, each with a beautiful art piece. The stories titled were The Next One, Ruins of Reality, The Wake, and Manrath's Shadows. 3 of the 4 stories actually featured returning characters from Tevinter Nights, with the art pieces showcasing a few of those characters in detail. Another synopsis appeared on the website which said, "Welcome to Dragon Age. Enter Thedas, a vibrant world of rugged wilderness, treacherous labyrinths, and glittering cities. The Dragon Age is a time of warring nations, savage combat, and secret magics. Now the fate of this world teeters on a knife's edge. Thedas needs a new hero, one they'll never see coming. Forge a courageous fellowship to challenge the gathering storm. Friendship, drama, and romance abound as you bring striking individuals together into an extraordinary team. Become the hero and light the beacon of hope in their darkest moments." Bianca Andre Porolisanu announced that she is joining the Dragon Age team as a level designer in January. She said that she's excited to help them build out the next chapter of this amazing universe. This is actually a dream come true, which is so awesome to hear, honestly. And of course, on December 10th, we received a BioWare double whammy at the Game Awards, with both the next Dragon Age and Mass Effect respectively revealed. A perfect way to wrap up this turbulent year. Following the release of the Dragon Age trailer, Karen Weeks more or less confirmed that the next Dragon Age will have an official title eventually. With that, we're up to date on the current production stages of the next Dragon Age. The release window of the game is still somewhere between April 2022 to 2023. Hopefully, the developers have ample time to create an epic Dragon Age title while working non-crunch hours with Casey Hudson's new vision set for the company's future. Story. Touching on other story and narrative related news, if I paraphrase and combine each of the plot synopsises we've received so far, the next Dragon Age will feature a new hero, someone Solas will never suspect. Many striking, courageous characters, ranging from humans, elves, dwarves and Qunari, will join our tumultuous journey where every decision we make echoes across history. Rich storytelling, powerful magic, treacherous labyrinths and glittering cities abound. The next Dragon Age is a time of warring nations, savage combat and secret magics. Friendship, drama and romance are pillars of this new adventure. Our new hero will travel to Tevinter, Antiva, and many other new locations. As many factions fight by our side, the evil gods have Phaedus in their sights, and only heroes can stop them. The shadows of the past stir. Demons, dragons, darkspawn, even the dread wolf stand in our way as the fate of the world teeters on a knife's edge. Whether serious or not, there have been many pop culture references to books and media that is inspiring the next game's narrative. Mark Darrah teased the Book of Numbers as a narrative inspiration, which is the fourth book of the Old Testament in the Christian Bible. The book encompasses the Israelites rejecting their promised land. Patrick Weeks teased DC's Legends of Tomorrow as a narrative inspiration, which is a CW show all about DC heroes visiting iconic eras and historical figures uncovering great evils that threat humanity as they know it. And John Epler teased Final Fantasy XIV as a narrative inspiration, an MMO that can be summed up with a story about dragons, adventure, evil gods, giraffes, evil empires, corrupt governments, and a goblin Illuminati? Regarding the next characters we can expect to join our journey, Patrick Weeks mentioned the next cast of companions that have made a mess in their camp, with coffee grounds spilled everywhere and the couch inexplicably on fire after a drinking game gone wrong. Antiva is renowned for its unparalleled wines and coffee, so it certainly sounds like we're going to have an Antivan Crow companion, no doubt. John Epler tweeted a picture of Mr. Burns from The Simpsons with a very statuesque and buff body, being worshipped by Smithers. John said that he referenced this in a meeting, followed by the tweet, "The Shred Wolf." So is Solas going to be jacked in the next game? Protein shakes, low carb diet, that sort of thing to keep his muscles in check, right? And we even have a few romance teasers out here. Patrick Weeks is very much aware that the Dragon Age fandom have a lot of sexual desire. They certainly know their fans well, and our preference towards wanting to bang literally everything that we see in the Dragon Age trailers. Programmer David Miguel gave me some hope for a dwarven broodmother romance. He said in a tweet, "We will now choose romances purely based on internet polls, not logic, character backgrounds, or specific player choice. Let's check the latest polls." And dwarven broodmother it is. John Epler and Patrick Weeks, let us begin. To which Patrick replied, "Thanks awfully, David." Gabe Highland came into this conversation with the stats and said that the fandom have already voted yes on both Sexy Tragic Past Tree and Handsy Spider. And John Epler finished the conversation with the Star Wars "I love democracy" gif. This just goes to show how intact the BioWare developers are with the fandom. Comics and future media. While the next game is currently in development, we've had and we're going to receive more Dragon Age comics, books and other non-game related content. In August, Dragon Age comic writers Nunzio De Philippis and Christina Weir posted on Tumblr about the next comic that would have come out in 2020 hadn't the industry closed down. However, if and when there is another comic book, it will wrap up the story they've been telling since Knight Errant. After that, they will then aim to tell more stories in the Dragon Age universe, but one thing at a time. In November, Nunzio De Philippis tweeted about seeing a new layout for the next comic that made him and Christina cry. Artist Fernando Hines Furukawa is a genius and a joy to work with, Nunzio said. Hopefully we'll have our first look at this next comic pretty soon in the coming year, but even so, it's so exciting to know that the next comic is on its way. In other news, back in 2016, Mark Darrah asked Twitter if fans would be interested in a Dragon Age tactics game, the majority vote being yes. On June 19th this year, Mark Darrah tweeted that one of his most viral tweets ever was a poll asking about different styles of a strategy game and the Dragon Age franchise. However, they aren't planning anything at the moment on this style of game, so we can bid farewell to the idea of that Dragon Age tactics game at the moment. And finally, teasers and future reveals. Before the EA Play tease in June, the biggest indicator that we were going to see something at the event was Luke Barrett. Believe it or not, while we were clowning, we actually had some evidence to clown based on, and that was Luke. He's a developer who was working on RPG progression for the next Dragon Age. He posted on the unofficial BioWare social network before EA Play saying, "Get ready for all the very ambiguous tweets coming, just wrapping a big showcase meeting." Following his words, we actually had a sneak peek at the next Dragon Age a couple of weeks later at EA Play. So, watch out for Luke Barrett on BSN going forward when nearing an event. He may just say something. Regarding what's next for Dragon Age and when we can expect to see more, many developers have shared that they're excited to show things off, and when they can, they will absolutely show off as much of their work as possible. John Apple said, "The moment they let us, I'm going to be a fire hose of information, but for now, I'm super careful about what I say. Even something seemingly innocuous might be misconstrued or give something away. It's a hard line to walk, and it's why I currently largely post egg memes." Adding to this, Patrick Week said, "When we do announce something, I will not be subtle about letting you know." And wrapping this one up, Karen Week said, "Info on upcoming games is planned at a very high level, and we all work together to follow those plans." As mentioned before, a new Dragon Age comic is coming in the new year, and we're going to have many Christian Daily teasers in the future, as well as what the BioWare blog said about the team looking forward to sharing more about Mass Effect, Dragon Age, and other titles in the new year. It's certainly going to be an exciting year ahead. Wrapping up on my final words. While this year has sucked, I've had a ball on YouTube in 2020. This year has been full of tremendous surprises. For instance, Patrick Weeks knows me and has seen my videos, which is insane.
Jackdaw Journalism says, "How does Solus kill dwarves in their sleep if they have no connection to the Fade?"
Hi, Jackdaw. Seen your Tumblr and your YouTube videos. Very effectively. Thank you for asking.
Even further, a few of the BioWare developers watch my videos and actually follow me on Twitter, which is incredibly humbling and shows that I'm at least doing somewhat of a good job. Also, I was actually able to receive Dragon Age Divinity Nights early this year. My entire YouTube dream has been to receive BioWare promotional content early, and it's already been fulfilled. And as a summary, I've grown more than ever this year, compared to any previous year on YouTube. It's truly been amazing, so I just want to end this by saying thank you so much for the love and support. Your time and care are the reasons why I create videos like this. As long and consuming as they are to make, I do it because I have a fan base and people who genuinely just love watching my content. So thank you so much. I promise I will continue keeping up content like this as we follow BioWare's development process on Next Dragon Age. Anyhow, until then, I'm signing off. I hope I've done you proud with this massive news roundup. I've been Jackdaw, and I should go. Whoa, whoa, whoa.